Hey guys, Elena and Cole here from Heart City Marketing. We wanted to start sharing some of the tips and tricks that we like to share with our current clients here at Heart City Marketing, and we just want to help local businesses or businesses in general just have a resource they can log on, kind of ask us questions. Eventually, we want to start doing some lives, so we're just kind of putting the content out here. If y'all have any ideas for us, we'd love for you to shoot us a message or call us. We'd love to talk to you and how we can help you grow your business as well. So to start things off, we kind of want to talk about Google. So we specialize in SEO, which is search engine optimization. It's a lot of thing. It's a topic that a lot of smaller businesses probably don't even know about, but it's super important as far as showing up on Google and your customers being able to find you. So our topic this week is why your business isn't showing up on Google, and then we want to kind of talk about some key points there, and then give you some actionable steps you can take this week that can help your business grow and show better on Google. So, Cole, I guess I should have allowed us to introduce ourselves a little bit. I'm Elena. I'm the CEO here at Heart City Marketing. We are located in Perry, Georgia. We have started, Cole and Stephen, his cousin, started this business about 3 years ago, and then I've came on board, and we've since grown our team. Cole, is there anything you want to say on that?
Yeah, look, we're excited. We love helping small businesses. We feel like we have a leg up in particularly in SEO. We also feel like we have a leg up in digital advertising. So yeah, this is going to be a video series where we're going to go over tips and tricks over various topics. Today we're starting with ground zero, your Google My Business page. If you're a local service-based business, if you're an e-commerce shop or something like that, it doesn't really apply, although we would argue that you still need one. But yeah, so we're just going to dive into the Google My Business page.
Yeah. So, first thing we want to talk about is how Google actually decides what businesses to show and who shows up in general, because there are thousands of businesses out there. And as you know now, Google as a whole is changing. We've got new features coming like AI and things like that that are being incorporated. And so, what the process that Google uses to decide is a very lengthy thing, very complex. So there's kind of some main points that we like to go on as far as like what we tap into and we nurture, so that way Google chooses your business in part of our process. So the first one is probably the biggest one is location, and distance from like where you're at. So Google is all location based. You can sit, at your home on your couch and Google business X business close to me. What just a big
Here, let
box
me let
store.
me show them. Let me
Yeah.
show them, Elena, right here.
Okay.
I'm gonna share my screen here.
Perfect.
Okay, so let me know that you can see what I'm showing right here. Hold on,
Yep, I can see it.
see me?
Yep.
Okay, all right. So like right here, I'm searching in Google. I'm searching marketing Atlanta, Georgia.
Yep.
And what's coming up here is actually this is a paid advertising. So what you're going to see here is sponsored results. So these are paid advertising spots like billboards that
Hmm.
are directly, you know, uh, they're coming after people that type in marketing in a particular area. Like these people are advertising to Middle Georgia. Since I'm searching from Middle Georgia, they're advertising to people who use these search terms, marketing Atlanta, Georgia, sitting in Warner Robins. Um, so you can see that we actually have a spot here. We paid for this spot. This is a marketing spot, but we are not, Heart City Marketing is not showing up as a Google My Business page in Atlanta because it wouldn't make sense. We don't have an office in Atlanta. And, this company right here, 20 North Marketing, they're showing one, two, and three for
Now,
Atlanta,
let me
which is
let me
really,
point out a key difference. This
mhm,
is the map pack. So this is where most of like people are going to click to call you. So Cole is on an iPad currently, but a lot of people
mhm.
search on mobile. That's how majority of searches are done. On a mobile where it says website, you can actually just click to call, and that's where you want to be, because that makes it super simple for your customer to just click right there and call you, and you'll get that lead.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. So yeah. So it's a little misleading. 99% of people search on mobile. So you're gonna have a call button. Most likely, if I'm searching for a marketing company in Atlanta, I'm gonna call one of these three.
That's
Maybe I like the name better or whatever, but you want to be in this top three because it gives you more of a chance to have that organic business. See, these three guys right here are paying for the spot. We're paying for the spot, and these two other companies. Now, this
it.
is in Atlanta. Go ahead.
I was gonna say it's great to be in one of those top paid spots, but you're paying a lot of money to be there. You also want to have a spot there in the organic searches, which is in the map pack down below that, because that's going to serve you better, like long-term wise for your business. And also, you can appear in both. So you can be in the map pack organically, and you can appear in the paid sponsored section as well. So you
Yeah,
take
which I'm about to show that right here.
perfect.
So marketing Warner Robins now, this is more relevant. Art City Marketing is paying for this spot, and we also appear organically. So we really probably shouldn't be paying for this spot, but we are running an advertising campaign and we're running it to Middle Georgia. So we are in both spots. This is organic. If we turn our ad spend off, which is several $100s a week, if we turn that off, then we would still be number one. It would just be organic and maybe someone else would be there. But that's why this spot is so important because if you do the right things SEO wise, you can be in this top three
That's
or
right.
top four. Right here, I'm actually showing all of them, but um, let me go back to the map pack.
And for reference, we are sitting here in Perry and Warner Robins, Georgia. So, if you're sitting in Cochran, Georgia, or Atlanta, Georgia, you're going to get different searches that come up if you type in the same keywords there in the search bar that Cole is doing. Like I said, because everything is location based.
That's right. That's right. Yep. So see here, this is the map pack. You're going to have a call button right here. And if I was someone looking for marketing, I would call one of these top three companies. And the rest is that your traditional organic Google results, which taken over by Yelp. Look, you got Robbins Chamber here. Eyeballs is doing good. Heart City Marketing. All these are really secondary. Most people are going to call
Right
this
there.
area first, whether you're a landscaping company, a flooring company, a cleaning company, a concrete company, you want to be here. This is where you want to be. And you do that by, you have to have a Google My Business page to even be a player in the game here. And then once you have that Google My Business page, that's when we come in and we flesh it out and we do about a 50-point checklist every month to feed that content, feed your website content to tell Google that you are the most relevant business in in your field of expertise. So Google will show you above all your competitors.
Yeah, that's correct. So going back to kind of the point for this video is, location is the biggest thing that tells Google to put you here on this map pack. Also, the content on your website and the content on your Google Business profile is a big thing. Not only just the content, but the consistency of content. So you want to constantly be updating this or that, and have fresh content so that way Google's like, oh, this person is an expert in this field. They're constantly providing you know relevant content for its audience, which would be your potential customers. Another thing is Google reviews. So Google reviews serve local businesses super well. They, are a driving force behind if somebody's going to call you or not. And so this is another big thing that we here at Heart City help you manage, but this is another thing that Google uses to help determine where to place you in the map pack. Um, Cole, do you want to talk about any of that?
Yeah, just we always say that with what's within our clients' control is that they can reach out to their customers and get reviews. Like we can help facilitate the reviews and come up with strategies to get them. But obviously you want to be a good business, doing good business by your customers and by other businesses, so you get that great word of mouth. But you can create your Google My Business page, try to get you 10 to 15 reviews. If you can get, we say at least 10 reviews. If you can get at least 10 reviews, then that will move you up substantially. And then we feel like to get you in the top three, you've either got to be a long-standing business or you've got to have some heavy SEO or someone helping you that knows what they're doing SEO wise. Whether it's you that knows what you're doing or you have a marketing company, that's where we think that the game changes for these top three. And they do really good SEO strategy, makes their phones ring multiple times more than the folks that fall on the second and third pages. Um,
So really
so
the
yeah,
role of your Google business profile is a key, game player as far as like your overall growth strategy for your business. It's one of those things that can either make or break you. So you really want to have it fleshed out. You want to have it, in tip-top shape, and you want to be able to put the content that needs to be there so you're showing up, because Google is how a lot of people find your business. And like I mentioned on earlier, AI is becoming a big new thing, and the AI suggestions at the top, even like with ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity, when being found in those are super important too. And the way you show up there is also all tied to Google as well. So along with your Google business profile, it's super important to have a website as well. Your website alone, though, is not going to get you found on, Google or any AI service provider or anything like that. So we at Heart City Marketing say that your Google business profile and website, they work hand in hand. One is just as important as the other. The content on both of them is just as important, and a website alone, there's so many websites out there that that's not going to boost your business at all. I don't know if you want to mention anything on that.
Yeah. So yeah, our theory is you want to have a good looking website because you want when a customer potentially lands there, you want to look like you know what you're doing and you've actually put thought and time into your website. But we feel like most customers are going to stop right here. Am I still sharing my page, Elena?
Yes, you are.
Most customers are going to stop right here because they've seen all they need to see for the most part. They've seen Heart City Marketing. We're a local business. Maybe they like the pictures, they see friendly faces, and it's time to call the business and get more information. Then sometimes when people, you'll click the website and look, okay, yeah, this looks cool. Verifies I think that they can do a decent job. They put together a pretty good looking website. So let me go back and call them. A lot of times though it stops here. And especially I'd say marketing businesses, you're probably getting a lot more people looking at your website, but like a landscaping company or a home service, AC, things like that, you're going to go ahead and get that call because people want to talk to somebody. And then, from there, then it's a matter of internally whether you have a good answering service. Are you answering the phone? Because a lot of times, home service based business, you'll have someone call and they don't answer the phone. So they're going to go, Heart City doesn't answer the phone. Then I'm going to go to Eyeballs. Are they going to answer the phone? I don't know. Then maybe M&R answers the phone. Maybe you got a bad experience. So like we hand the torch off, but like it's the company's job to do a good job capturing the lead because that's a huge part too. But back to our Google My Business conversation. This is the most important thing. We feel like you got to have a good looking website, but this is the number one thing that's going to get calls, make your phone ring.
Well, and you can have the best looking website out there in your industry, but if you're not being found on Google, it's not serving you any good. So the
Mhm.
point of having both, a really dressed up Google business profile and a website is so that that website is found, so people can,
And
get more.
Elena, I will say too, for a lot of people, this is probably very surface level stuff. It's very obvious, but you'd be surprised. We talk to a lot of
Yeah.
businesses that are just starting out, or even businesses that have been in business for several years that have been operating without a Google My Business page. And someone will tell us, they'll be like, hey, we're doing just fine without a Google My Business page. And that's fine. That's great. But you could do even better if you did have one. You get, even if you're, even if you think you're at capacity, maybe you could get better leads, or maybe you get bigger jobs or bigger clients.
Mhm.
It's always great. And you're also future proofing yourself because the SEO work that goes into the Google My Business page will tie into the AI in the future. In 2 years, when people are, or a year when people are saying Chat GPT, who's the best marketing team? Well, all the SEO work you've done will help that tremendously. Plus, we're trying to do other things that will give us a leg up in AI, but that's a whole different video. But
Well,
yeah,
and two, I want to mention on this is, a lot of people do have a Google business profile already, but if they're not nurturing it, if they're sitting in their office and they Google for their business name, of course you're going to show up because Google is location based. So if you're sitting in
yeah,
your, there, or
yeah.
if you talk a lot about that business or you search for that business because it's your business, your browser is accustomed to that business name, so it's going to show you more content. So SEO is what pushes content out there to promote your business where otherwise it would not be promoted. And like just for reference, like here in Warner Robins for us at Heart City, we want to be found, all over Middle Georgia. We don't want to just be found in Warner Robins. So without a Google business profile and without doing the work to the Google business profile, yeah, we might show up here in Warner Robins, but we also want to reach, clients in Macon. We want to reach clients in Milledgeville. We want to reach clients in Augusta. We want to reach clients across the state because, we believe in our our method and we want to grow other local businesses. So, it depends on if you want to reach your whole service area, this Google business profile is going to be the key driving source behind that. Um, so common mistakes
And
that,
so
go
wait,
ahead.
let me interject there for a second. Can
Yeah.
you pull up a picture of of a grid search just so we can kind of show that what you're talking about? But so like I typed in here marketing Fort Valley, Georgia. So now this is different. We're still appearing number one here. And it's because our Google My Business profile is not a weak profile. And a lot of times people come to us and they're like, they have a Google business profile. And to us, it's great because now we don't have to go, because sometimes it is a hassle getting the Google My Business profile verified. Google has really cracked down on getting those verified, and we can help with that. A lot of people come to us with trouble getting it verified, or they've been suspended for whatever reason. So if they already have a profile and they already have reviews, but they're still not getting calls, we look at that as just a softball. We can take that. They're sitting on gold. They just don't know it. So we can take that and amplify it relatively quickly and get them, get the phones ringing pretty quick. But see, for in the example of, spreading out Heart City Marketing, we're appearing, for Fort Valley, even though I'm still searching here, I'm still searching from the same spot, but I am doing a different keyword in Fort Valley, and we're still coming up, number one here.
Well,
Yeah, Elena, if you want
I don't want to pull up a grid search just yet. I want to touch on that next week
to.
because I
Okay.
know we'll go down a rabbit hole. We get super
Okay.
excited
Yeah.
about
All right.
that.
Cool.
But some common mistakes that local businesses make with their Google business profile is one, a lot of times it's created by a person that may no longer work there. They don't have access to it, so they can't actively manage it properly. And that's also something we can help with is reclaiming the ownership of it. Another thing too is just not knowing how good of a, I guess, option this is for your business. Just, knowing the advantages of having it and keeping that content common. What are some other common mistakes you can see that local businesses make with the Google business?
Not fleshing out the pictures, making you need to make sure you have good pictures there. Having the wrong, I mean, so many times you see businesses have the wrong phone number, an old phone
Yes.
number. So people are calling and they're getting an old phone number, it's disconnected. Things
Another
like
thing
that.
is
They're
not
just missing
knowing.
leads.
Yeah, not knowing the importance of reviews and how they can serve your business. There's a lot of Google business profiles out there with zero reviews, and that might get you along for a little while. But if somebody's sitting here comparing in the map pack the top three, and you've only got one or two reviews, but the other two in the map pack that are showing have 30 to 100 reviews, the people are going to go with the people that have more reviews just because they look more trustworthy and they you get the feel that they're more a legit business because they have like evidence that they've done good work before. So yeah, so just kind of wrap things up. One action that viewers can take this week for you and your business is first off, I want to say give us a call. If you have any questions about your Google business profile, we'd love to help you out with it. No matter if you're local or not, we'd love to help you out because like I said, that's what we specialize in, is getting your business found on Google. And then also too is I would say make sure that you have a Google business profile. I know that sounds so super simple, but some business owners just get tied up in this and that and every day, and they don't even know if they have one. Another is to verify your info on it. Make sure you have the correct phone number because that's going to be super important as far as getting your leads. Cole, do you want to say anything on that?
Um, no, I'll just say in closing that the number one thing that you can do for a small business to amplify your online presence is this right here. There
Yes.
is nothing that you can do that is more important than this. It's more important than your website because you might look at it and say, "Oh, it's just a business profile. It's just information about my business." It's not. This is Google's the number one search engine. People use Google to search, even though AI is still coming up. They still use this to search. This is what they're when they search for landscaping company near me, how good your Google business profile is going to it's going to make the difference of you getting that client or not.
Yes.
And like it's if you don't believe it, we have just so much evidence that we can show you,
Yeah.
with all of our other businesses and stuff like that. But that's one thing that we really try to hammer into our clients' head when they come in and we're talking to them is just how important this is. It's so important that even the people that know it's important, like they don't even really understand the true value of a Google My Business page. Um, it's unbelievable, and it's the fuel to the fire that to the consistent leads, organic leads that can come in. Um, yeah, so that's how I feel about that.
I'm going to say one more thing on SEO before we close. Paid ads are a great thing, and we have a lot of clients that come to us. Oh, I want to run ads, and ads are good for sometimes. However, SEO is what is going to propel you forward long term, and it's going to cost you a lot less. In the long run. So, ads, we're running ads, at the moment, which is great, but we also wholeheartedly believe that SEO is going to be the driving force behind growing your business, long term, thinking wise. So, well, we appreciate y'all watching. Like I said, if y'all have any ideas for content, have any questions, let us know. Give us a call. You can find us on Google, of course. But if you need our phone number, it's 478-309-2117. Again, we're located in Perry, Georgia, but we're willing to service anybody across the state. And we look forward to speaking with y'all. Thanks.
Bye bye.